before we met, I had a church that I was fellowshipping, you see, where I was even serving as a home cell pastor and as a youth pastor. You see, I had a church. But now when we started now dating with her, and the stories that were within that area, the pastor, who was my pastor by then, he excommunicated me. So I felt bad. I really felt bad because instead of supporting me and asking me where we can come in and counseling me and guiding me, they just excommunicated me. So I felt bad and I stopped even going to church for some time. And then there's this friend of mine who was a reverend by that time by the name Reverend Mwenda, Evans Mwenda from Meru. He had a different church, was not a branch of the other one that I used to fellowship. It's a different church. He came and looked for me, then we talked, and then he prayed for me, guided me, and then now I brought in my new girlfriend by then, and then he prayed for us, and then he restored us. Then I went to look for the other pastor that excommunicated me, and then we sorted out our issues. We forgive each other. Today we are friends. Today we are good friends. I can say that. I always visit the church. But that time, I felt that they have disowned me. So you see now this other pastor, the Reverend Mwenda, he looked for me, he prayed for me, he encouraged me, he walked the journey with me, you see. And from that point, we started now fellowshipping in this other church. And now they supported us during even our rural show. They were there for us. They walked the journey with us. And now when we moved to Nairobi, it was not the branch of this church from Meru, but a different church now. And we now started fellowshipping from that church. It was a different one from the one that used to fellowship in Meru. But now pastors became friends, you see. Now this pastor from Meru added us over to this other pastor, Pastor Tumaini now. He added us over to Pastor Tumaini, where we started serving and fellowshipping there until today.
Like he said, we had about 4 months to plan for the wedding because we took about 4 months after our Rura show. And what happened, it was just a coincidence that during those planning period, where I was working, a colleague of mine was wedding. So we got to interact with him and I understood the plans. I was very keen to know how he's getting along with planning for his wedding. And given that I would say I was not very new in Nairobi, but then now the fact that we are planning our wedding and we were coming from a different town together with him, so I felt I needed some guidance. So through him, as we were planning his wedding, now my colleague, I got to understand on the procedures that he was using. So I went for his option because his option was where we picked as our wedding, as his wedding venue. He had, it was a whole package in terms of if you take the venue to do your wedding, they will do the catering, you will do the reception, you will also do the photo session in one place. So to me, I felt like it was a relief in terms of running all over looking for sujui service providers and stuff like that. So I felt this one that is coming as a package was easier, also considering the time that we had at hand. So we went to that venue with him. Of course, we went there because he was trying to follow up on his wedding plans. But again, I went there myself also to get to know how the charges are, and I met the management. And I liked it, and when I came back and I shared with him, he loved the idea. When we also met with our best couple, who were very instrumental, and they were very keen to know on how we are doing our plans. So we shared the same ideas with them, and they were very welcome. And you see now we looked at it like the finances were there. So we just went for those. Apart from now the part of now the gowns, like my wedding gown and the bridal team. The bridal team, a friend of mine introduced me to a fundi, someone who had done for a friend of hers. So we went and did everything there. So basically what happened when we chose our bridal team, what we did, because we had a short time, we made sure we are choosing people who are not complicated, who will not like pull us slow in terms of time, in terms of giving. So we made sure that we are selecting people that will give us a smooth, a smooth flow.